Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lockbeard Random Live, number 36. Happy winter solstice, even though that technically was yesterday. It is December 22nd, 2021, 10 p.m. Central Time. Perry Fire's here. He says, hey, Lockbeard, happy Yule. Back at you. That Mom's here. Timmy Boy. Say, what's up, my people? And Mr. Lee 3PO. Welcome. Well, chat already took off, it looks like. Long time no see, he says. Sean show was good. Yeah. I missed a few minutes of it there. I was offline, but I got back on time to do this. See, he was already off, so I don't know. I don't know where she's at. Mr. Lee. Papa Craig's here. He says, hi, Mr. Lee. It's already Papa's bedtime. You're not sleeping? I don't know if Mr. Lee sleeps at all. I mean, he's on here 24/7. Starting to think he's not human. Maybe he's some kind of program. He's part of the Matrix. He's a bot. Maybe he's a bot. Mr. Lee says, no point now. I got too much to do today. So you're not going to sleep at all? Well, if the dogs are up, everybody's up, right? Troy Barricks. That's a new name. Welcome. What's up, Mr. Lee? Papa Craig says, close enough for the girls we go out with. Mark Dotman's here. He says, good day, all. We'll be listening only today. Merry Christmas, all, and safe and Happy New Year. Back at you, Mark Dotman. Papa Craig says, we had to get a running start on you, Lockbeard. You did that. Mr. Lee saying good day to down under there. You're a robot man, Mr. Lee, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's why you never. That's a new. Hey, we got a new theory on why Mr. Lee does not go on camera for anyone. He's not real. He's a computer program planted by the government to spy on us, perhaps. Bat Mom says ditto, Mr. Lee. So what is everybody doing? Y'all already visiting your families, or you just do that the day of? We've had some pretty warm weather for December. It's going to be downright hot on Christmas. You're so fucking real, man, says Mr. Lee. Well, why don't you come on camera somewhere so we can see? We need to see. People need to see, man. Don't you know? Remember that you Trekkie, Mr. Lee? You watch Trek at all? Remember that scene in the movie Star Trek, First Contact, when Deanna Troy come up across? She come out into that silo, and Captain Picard and Data were both, stroking the missile. Picard was trying to tell Data the touch can make things seem more real, and Data said he was saying all the things he detected, temperature variations and stuff like that, but it was no more real to him than it was a moment ago. Well, that's for androids. For people, they need to actually see stuff and touch things and experience. So that's something maybe you should come on camera sometime. Not, you don't have to come on camera here. You can go on camera over on Mogs or Squatch Talk or something to Sasquatch about somewhere. Prairie Fire says it's negative 20 Celsius there. So a little bit cold, isn't it? Tin Boy says, I only celebrate Kwanzaa, thank you. Papa Craig says, I bought me some new glasses and just put gravy on them and gave them to Rosie. What? I don't know what I'm reading here. Mr. Lee says, too scary, man. Too scary? What's too scary? No more mushrooms for Bat Mom says, who is Leroy Jenkins? I have no idea, Bat Mom. Interesting. Perhaps someone sent to lead us astray, to get us saying things that could cause trouble for us. Because that was a little wild. The Bat Mom says Pinocchio said he was a real boy too. Yeah, Mr. Lee, that's a good point there. Sandra Piper says hello. Welcome to the chat, Sandra. A plant, Bat Mom, says Mr. Lee. Dog ate glasses. Diversion. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, that was just wild. That was so over the top that I find it suspicious. Yeah. So, making some pretty serious accusation like that, and it, trying to, I think, draw me in or maybe others in to repeating it. And I'm not going to repeat it because I don't know it to be a fact. I don't know that it's true. So I'm not going to repeat what he said. If it's a he, or perhaps it's one of the individuals that we've been having problems with. Let's see. Evening. A Prairie Fire. Yeah. That was just over the top. And then you saw those videos, like, I think, you might have sent me one of them. There's like 8 videos on that channel, like short like tremendously stupid videos. Um, that well, they could be construed. They could be construed to be certain things, and I'm not going to say what, but um, anyway, it's just not. It's probably not helpful. Mr. Lee says Pat's show roll with the changes was good. Yeah, it seems like he wants to step away from certain things. Um, but, Nikki will still be taking on the hoaxers and hoodwinkers. I'm sure of it. And I will on occasion. If there's one particular case I want to hit, but I need to be. I want to be. I need more time to kind of, you know, gather my thoughts on it because it's going to upset a few people to hear that someone that they think is legit is a fucking liar and a thief, and that can be proven. So, yeah. Tim Boy says, my ex-wife sits on Pinocchio's face and makes him lie for hours. Oh boy. Pray for our foolhardy to talk in such ways. That mom says, yeah, don't repeat it. That's the okay if it's a false claim that will damage someone's life. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm way too immature, says Timmy Boy. Nah, you're fine. Just a joke, right? Batman says Pat's a drone pilot. Yeah, yeah, he is. Mr. Lee says I cried, only joking. I did really good though. Tim Boy, it's terrible. Yeah. So it seems like there's a few people trying to step back from what they're calling drama and stuff. And, there was that last show, there were some people in the chat, being pretty hard on them for that, backing down and all that stuff. I have no intentions of backing down. I was thinking about it and considering it, and I was like, I need to shut up. But I was like, look, like part of the reason why I started a channel is because I was sick of so many channels that were not letting the chat talk, within reason. And, I can't consider the idea of not, rolling with the chat to some extent, because I think that's why many of you are here. You don't get banned for asking real questions or making real comments, Um, if you think someone's full of shit, say so. I mean, I'd like for you to prove it, but, if you're not just straight up spamming or trolling, you just say what you think, but, don't repeat it over and over and over again or anything like that. But, so I just see no reason why I need to do and we don't, all the channels don't got to do the same thing. Some of them want to ease back off of what they're perceiving as drama. Then that's their channel. They can do what they want to do with it. It doesn't mean everybody has to do that, though. It doesn't mean it's the only correct path. Taking their the analogy, moving the ball down the field and stuff like that. Well, it takes many different kinds of players to play that game, and somebody's got to tackle some motherfuckers. You know, it's got to be done. You know, you can grab the ball and run, but somebody else is trying to tackle you, and there's a whole variety of different positions to play and to make the game work. And despite what some think that these people that were addressing the hoaxers, the liars, some people think they're not really doing anything to hinder us. I disagree. It takes a lot of money to do some of these research activities and to try to make some kind of headway, and money gets sucked up by hoaxers like your Dyers. And as much as I would like to say this has nothing to do with money, it kind of does, because those funds could go to legitimate research, but instead tens of thousands of dollars go into the pockets of liars and hoaxers, and that is a detriment to us, because it could have been directed to a better place. And we're all short on funding. Pat's not going to be able to just run out and buy a $15,000 drone, but Dyer sure as hell pocketed way more than that, didn't he? And it didn't go to any real research. So I think they are a detriment to us, and they do need to be taken care of. They need to be addressed and outed, exposed. They need to face social repercussions from the community, those of us who are interested in the subject and want to see it get somewhere. So, no. And Dark Waters can sit over there and make his ridiculous comments on his channel and straight up lies, which everything, he's all about lies and shit. And he's been saying some shit over there. I'm sure many of you in chat have seen it. He's been saying some shit over there that's absolutely bullshit about me and others. And that just adds to the whole thing here, is they are liars, and they are occupying space, breathing our air, and they need to just they don't belong. In my opinion, they don't belong. They're not legit. They prove that they're liars and intimidators, and constantly, and more people are figuring it out every day. I think it's easy for a lot of people to get lost trying to figure out who's who and who's doing what and who's telling the truth and who's not, and it's a mess. And so his comments continue over there, and I continue to get comments on my videos from these people, and they're trying to demand that I take down a particular video, and trying to just make all kinds of ridiculous claims about me. So I'll just I'm not backing down. I don't want to talk about this all every night, but but you know, got to address it some because there's some shit going down, and I want to address it. So, um, Batman says to each their own. That's why I'm here, says Prairie Fire. Miss Lee says, I have never been banned. Yeah, I think it's because you're a virus, you're a program. You're immune to being banned because you're not real. You gotta come on camera to prove you're real, Mr. Lee. Batmom says, I've never been banned anywhere. Oh wait, that's a lie. Drama is made of bullcrap. It's not when it's about truth. Yeah. Yeah. That was one thing that I found a little bit, people trying to say that all this has been childish. No, that's kind of insulting, really. To tell someone that has a legitimate beef that there's a legitimate problem that I'm not supposed to say anything about it. I'm supposed to just let it slide, turn the other cheek. Let me tell you something about turning the other cheek. That's a good way to get slapped again. No, that's not how I'm going to roll. And I'm not, the no, fuck that. Fuck that. Okay. You got a legitimate beef with someone, you get to say something and not have people tell you you're being fucking childish. You're addressing some bullshit is what you're doing, and it needs to be addressed. That's how humans act. Fuck. Ball games, yeah, Mr. Lee says. Prayer Fire says, so pretty much all the podcasts have rolled over to the Bullshit Express. Well, I don't know if it's all of them, but the camera can also put people in harm's way. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had someone on the chat here who I'm disavowing what they said about Dark Waters. I don't know that to be truth. If it was, it's a bad thing, but I don't know it to be truth. And I'm not looking to spread, falsehoods about Dark Waters or any of that crew. However, Dark Waters is actively and repeatedly spreading falsehoods about me over on his channel. So, because he's a goddamn liar. Now that's the truth. He's a goddamn liar. Mr. Lee says, yes, I have no money. Prayer Fire says, discernment is important. Mr. Lee become a podcaster, ask for money like most of the other ones. Yeah. Mr. Lee says, no creative paywall, Mr. Lee. Uncle Bones says, hello, Lockbeard. Hello, Uncle Bones, and welcome. Timmy Boy says, it's crazy to me. Please support these people like D. I mean, let's not forget that is the reason for the beef, not the hoaxers. It's crazy to me. People support these people like D. That's the reason for the beef, not the hoaxers. I mean, it's a large part of it. I mean, the hoaxers there's because D himself is a hoaxer. Until someone can convince me that the Dogman thing is like in the remotest sense legit, it just looks like a bunch of bullshit to me. Like a bunch of people are seeing wolves or something, and it's just mistaken identity. Or they're just lying. Some of them are just lying. Maybe some of them dreamed some bullshit. They saw a movie and hallucinated some shit. Every time some new movie comes out that's got some weird shit in it, you have people who see that shit. Well, don't people see the pattern? Your mind starts playing tricks on you, when you watch movies that have, Slender Man or any of that shit. Werewolves, ghosts. So you gotta be careful. Make sure you actually see what you think you see. Mr. Lee says, no, I can't be bothered. You can't be bothered, but you have an audience that awaits you. You could at least be a guest on someone's show. Prove you're real. Prayer Fresh says, bullshit your way to the top, Mr. Lee. It's okay. It's only about the brand. It's only about the brand, he says. Oh, look at this. Look at that. Got us a troll tonight. Well, we'll just have to deal with that. Goodbye, troll. How about them asses? I don't know what you're talking about. Talking about some kind of sports? KCF is German. You're real? I don't know, Mr. Lee. I've never seen you before. I mean, you're in a chat all the time. But you could just be a program for all we know. Which programs are real? So you're still real. You're just probably a program. Batman says the kids and woman were hurt and still dealing with the aftermath mentally. That's not drama or childish. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know what's, there's everybody says there's shit you don't know. There's shit you don't know. I'm getting really tired of hearing that, actually. Because everybody says there's shit I don't know. As if they have the critical pieces of information I need to change my position to agree with them on something or to do the way they're doing. So I don't know. I mean, then get on your channel and say it, or something. I don't know. But I just know the things that I've seen. And one of the things that I've seen is these guys come in my chat and threaten me and attempt some intimidation tactics on me. And, so doesn't make me want to hear more about their side when so far all I've seen is bullshit and lies and intimidation and potential violent threats and people attempting to shame me into silence, saying you're being childish, blah blah blah, all this shit. This is not the way to come at me. You're just gonna piss me off. If you are right in your position, then just fucking tell me why. Don't tell me, well, if you just come on my channel or if you just do this, or no, fuck you, just say it in the chat or something, or send it to my email if you got something legit, but don't come at me with just claims though. You got to have some goddamn proof. Prove to me why, that shit I saw in my chat should be overlooked. Threats and intimidation, harassment. Good luck with that. Back to oh shit, Batmom. The nosy Bigfoot says, Batmom, this is all about you. You started all this. You wanted to hurt DDoS. You were the first person here talking shit. We got the nosy Bigfoot back in the house again. Daily Dance here's a greeting from South Carolina. It's not about Lockbeard or Dark Waters. It's about Batmom and her bullshit. Well, if it isn't, why is Dark Waters saying a bunch of fucking lies about me over on his channel? Mr. Lee says, this spaceship has been following me around, no joke. It looks like a pound coin in broad daylight. Well, they want to. They said the tour is over, Mr. Lee. It's time to go back to your home planet. Papa Craig says, "Dang, Mr. Lee." You see, at night it's glowing. I got my girlfriend to come out of the other night and look. Well, did she see it? I guess. I mean, are you hallucinating something? Are you just looking at the moon? I mean, what's going on, Mr. Lee? Batman says, I don't think Carrie knows anything. Daily Dan's good stuff. What the fuck, Lee bot? Miss Alicia, she got freaked out. Now she thinks it's a satellite. Well, is it a satellite? Could be a satellite. Nosy Bigfoot. I had some shit to say about Carrie long before I had much of any communication with Batmom about anything here. So you're barking up the wrong tree again, Mr. Darkwaters or DDoS or whoever you are with this alternative name. My name in your mouth more than anyone. Obsessive much? Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't. I did that. I did that show without her even knowing it was coming. You know. And I kind of, maybe I should have held off. I had heard that this bad character was coming back into the community. I didn't like the sound of that, and I just fired off around. And maybe I should have coordinated with her because she is a source of a lot of information on the issue. Shall we revisit it and show some more documentation? I don't really want to spend another show on it at this point, anyway. But even if we leave the whole legal problems alone, still pushing a bunch of bullshit on Dogman Cams. He ain't got proof of shit over there. Sorry, dude. Prairie Fire says at least Carrie doesn't beat the shit out of women. See, you're accusing someone of being on heroin, Dark Waters, or whoever you are. You got proof of that, and does it pertain? It's like a kid gets in trouble and says, well, they're doing that. Well, you're still doing what you're doing over here, even though that person's doing that other thing that's bad. It's not a defense. Somebody else is doing something isn't a defense against what you're doing. Mousy Bigfoot, Mosey Bigfoot. I ain't nobody's man. Maybe Brandy's in a long distance sort of way, but but officially nobody's. Until I'm informed otherwise. I don't know. Some Sometimes I feel like in my life I've been a little bit oblivious. Like, wait, what? We're a thing? Oh, okay. Chessboard says, Oka Bones, good day to you. Welcome, Chessboard. Prayfire says, on a segue, Lockbeard, is there any kind of proof that Sasquatch uses tools? I'm not really aware of much along those lines. Because no, like even wood knocks shit like that, no one's actually seen them do a wood knock, so that we don't know that wood knocks is anything to do with Sasquatch. What I would say, of course, people would say this isn't actually proof, is observing the morphological characteristics of Sasquatch. Right, I say they're Homo sapiens. Straight up Homo sapiens are just a big hairy, you know, uh, race of people that they're the same species as us. There's no reason, the people are so used to looking at the humans that we're normally looking at, right? And they're like, they see these differences in different, racial groups, and there's really it's a very low level of differentiation. I don't know if you've like compared to other animals on the planet within their species, the differentiation can be far more drastic than what we have in humans. Um, and it's because we've had so many bottlenecks and stuff like that. It's part of it, but I think part of the issue is we're missing a big old chunk of humanity who is Sasquatch, who is hiding in the woods and maintaining some level of isolation from us for many thousands of years now, but not so long that they've become a separate species. The facial features, the structure of the whole body, the upright stance, the foot shape, even though it has a little bit of differences from us, it's definitely human. Compared to you compare all that shit to our nearest officially known um, relatives in the chimps. Well, Sasquatch is drastically different in morphology from a chimp and way closer to human. Um, so humans use tools. Chimps use very simple tools. Therefore, Sasquatch definitely uses tools on some level. Now, because they seem to be all about hiding, they probably make it a point not to leave things laying around that would give away that they're in the area, right? Humans leave it. Have left arrowheads and spear points for tens of thousands of years, but I feel that Sasquatch would never want to create evidence like that could be left laying around. They would do it because they understand that would indicate their presence to someone who finds it. And so they hunt, uh, you know, more like, like the guy in the county I used to live in, the old Indian fella saw a gray Sasquatch chasing a deer, and he just co-cocked the motherfucker. He didn't see the actual co-cocking occur. He heard it, but he didn't see any kind of weaponry in the Sasquatch's hand. So yeah, let me try and catch up in some chat. think I'm going to have to skip over some of this Nosy Bigfoot's little craziness coming in here. That was no satellite, says Mr. Lee. Nosy Bigfoot, I'm not putting you on screen anymore, so Ruthie on the ego trip. I'm going to need to test that heroin Mosey. Oh boy. Troy Brett's Mr. Lee, do you try to view with envy? Not sure what that means. Mr. Lee says people try to make all kinds of excuses for seeing the weirdness. Very dismissive of it all. It is real though. Can you get pictures of it though? Tim Boy says, you fucking nailed that screen name, didn't you? Yeah. What is it? That's what I'm saying, envy. Prayer says, whatever you do, Lockbeard, just don't be an appeaser. Yeah. Oh, night vision. Uncle says, it happens. That's just where you've been around long enough. That Richard dude stirring did not help. Just get back over and hash it out with Ruthless. Who always showed up to my hearings. Egotistical for my taste. Let's see. Just for welcome. Well, look, Nosy Bigfoot, if you are going to just come on here and call her crack mom and say she's on heroin, and pretty sure you're probably Dark Waters or one of those assholes that's been over there saying a bunch of lies about me. I mean, you're treading into the territory of trolling my chat, and I will ban you. So, yeah. Same here. We have my channel anytime. Papa Craig says, they sure look like a big hairy human with a bizarre face on the one I saw. Yeah. Yeah. The difference is from the descriptions of the people that seem legit and like the Patty film. I mean, they definitely look like they're within the realm of Homo sapiens for pretty easily. It could be a separate species. Don't get me wrong. But everything taken together, I think that's extremely unlikely. Now they're definitely different enough that the interbreeding would be kind of problematic just from a well, how attracted to a Sasquatch could a human be? How well could a human survive the breeding process? You know what I mean? There'd be some issues there, aside from just cultural and shit like that. But same for when you look at like just dogs, a Saint Bernard and a Chihuahua. They're still dogs. They're the same species, but um, a Chihuahua is never going to survive uh, uh, the the actual act of breeding with a Saint Bernard, let alone be able to carry the oversized pups to term. Um, so they're effectively separated. Um, as far as they can't breed together anymore, those two breeds, but they cross with intermediate sized dogs. There could still be gene flow between the two um, races of dogs. Um, they're still both dogs, and I think that's kind of where we are with Sasquatch. We're both still the same species. It's just breeding would be problematic for a number of reasons. Fangirl, yeah. Crack is expensive on kids for what the hell? Is it a she? Keep it coming, baby girl. Have I ever smoked any dope with you? Timmy Boy says. Oh boy. Nice sativa. Polly T's here. Says evening Lockbeard, Pop Craig, Bet Mom, Chessboard, UB2, and Mr. Lee. You probably did with her, but not with me. What the hell? Dogs need a whiz. Let's see. The tall one's a serious. Says, hey, Lockbeard, how's it going? It's date night, or I jump on talk Bigfoot with you. Oh, that's all right, man. It's turned towards Bigfoot a little bit, but I wasn't necessarily planning on talking anything particular tonight, just wherever the chat takes me. But thanks for dropping in. Pop Craig says it happens if you're lucky, Polly. Same boy, probably drug use. Yeah. Paulman says lots of familiar names. Y'all rock. Yeah, they rock. Yeah, they do. Not DW. Somebody who might not want that account to be investigated. Prayfar says that's the main reason I disagree with Sasquatch being human, no tool use. Well, I mean, if you're I don't know how to describe this right, maybe, but some people choose not to use certain types of technologies. Look at like the Amish. They reject a lot of the shit that we use every day. Doesn't mean that they're necessarily not human. It just means that they have a culture that rejects at least some level of technology. So imagine a culture like that's just 100 times stronger. Got 20,000 years of breeding and culture behind a behavioral complement that's designed to make sure that they always remain undetected by our races, because our races always freaking kill them when we can, when we find them, when we see them. So it's best not to be seen, and the best way not to be seen is don't create anything that indicates you're even there. Don't make tools. If we do use a tool, use something so simple that like a wooden club or something like that may not, it'll rot away pretty quick, and stuff like that, or just a rock that hasn't been shaped. Just put you want to pick up a big rock and just smash a deer in the head. That works. But I think that when we look at how elusive they have been, we cannot use their lack of tool use as an indication that they're not human or not intelligent. I think they don't use tools because it's necessary to remain undetected. But they're perfectly capable of doing it if they want to. That's all one says. Personal attacks mean they lost the discussion. That's all they can resort to, meaning you won. Yeah. I don't know how far behind chat I am, but I'm going to try and catch up here. Wood bed's in poor taste. Definitely rock that mom. Only band that matters. Clash. Big kids pay to say that. An awesome Christmas gift. I missed something. You're just welcome. The chat would agree. Yeah. What? Tin Boy says, bro, I know. So chicks that could easily breed with Bigfoot and for a price would. Oh, dude, man. Yeah, that's I don't know what to think about that, Timmy boy. Oh shit. Papa Craig says I have a 10-year-old teacup Chihuahua. We've never found a dog small enough to breed with many. Yeah, you gotta be careful. We had these two dogs that bred. One was a Pekingese, and one was a rat terrier, and anyway, somehow I don't know. They spit out this weird assortment of puppies, and there were different sizes. There were two of them were about the same size, but one was definitely smaller than the other one. And then the third one, for whatever reason, turned out like this freaking tall. It was a little thing, and so it was dangerous for her to breed because even though she was smaller than the other even though she was small, her genetics weren't 100% that. She had the genetics for dogs that were twice her size. So when she finally did get bred with it was one of those mini pinchers, those mini Doberman pinchers, which was about the right size for her, but as far as logistics go, she was not. She had these puppies that were just too big, had very difficult birth, and I think she had one that survived. It was a long time ago, but Doc Waters. I have to agree, Brent. I'm pretty dang proud about Mom for getting out of the life. Had a teacup Pomeranian. This puppy didn't bark. Named it Batman. But then it learned to bark and never stopped. It's best to move on from DW. He doesn't have anything worth value to listen to. Yeah. No, I don't listen to him. I mean, I've in the past, long time ago, I listened to a couple things from him, but quickly figured out that a bunch of just full of shit over there. But right now, he's continuing to you know like I mean, apparently I rung his bell or something. He's humping my leg over there on his channel with all his comments. Um, he's got a raging hard on for me. He just keeps telling these lies about me over there and other people. I mean, just further making my case that he's full of shit. But yeah, he barks so damn loud. 35 years for me, but I've never regretted a minute of it. It's way more about DDoS and dark waters. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't know what the hell the deal is with them guys. Some kind of circle jerk going on over there. Christina's here. Welcome. You're welcome, chessboard. Have I been clean for stuff over a year? When the fog lifted, I remember seeing a tree that was in my front yard. Seen it for years, but really saw it for the first time. Okay, so did everything come out all right, Mr. Lee? Tired old joke. Yeah, I'm sure it did. I like waking it up, huh, Bat-Mom? I couldn't believe how beautiful it was. It was opening up a new world. The rumpus began. Well, we probably won't have too much of a rumpus. I ain't staying on for too horribly long tonight. I really need to get sleep. And travel a little ways tomorrow and never nothing to hide. Public Christianity, you say some things that you do say some things that my mouth drops. Yeah. Circle dart. No, something's going on over there. Them guys. I don't know what. Lockbeard's tired. Yeah. Yeah. I thought I would jump on. I don't know what I'm going to do. Normally Lockbeard Phenomena is 6 p.m. on Saturdays, but this one is Christmas, so it's just a matter of whether I can turn myself away from the family gathering in time to do it by 6. If I don't, then it might be a little later, but I can definitely get away because I'm staying at a hotel. I'm not actually staying at anyone's house. So I can go to the hotel and I can actually, jump on there, jump online there, and won't be nobody there to interfere. And you get family gatherings, man. You can't do this with a bunch of people around. 12-hour marathon. No, I can't do a 12-hour marathon. Hopefully, in 12 hours, I'm halfway to my destination. Merry Christmas to all, says Chessboard. Marathon. I don't know if I can do a marathon. I don't know about no marathon, Mr. Lee. Aren't we supposed to be waiting on Pat to do a marathon? Thank you, chessboard. Pray for please excuse my language, dear. Ditto, y'all. I don't know. She's probably asleep, man. You know, she's a mama. You know, she got kids and stuff, and she probably, you know, it's midnight where she's at, and I mean, I know you're up all night hours of the night, Mr. Lee, but um, she's not. So I don't know if she's gonna. She's probably not gonna be here tonight. Crap! Now yawning. Thanks, fool. Prayer first says absolutely nothing wrong with your language. What did you think of Pat's last show? It was all right. Um, I kind of wonder how long he can maintain. I mean, because sooner or later, like a hoaxer's going to come up. Um, somebody's. I mean, there's so many names in the Bigfoot world that are bullshit artists that they're going to come up on a Bigfoot show. Somebody's going to bring it up, and I just don't know how long it can be maintained. Man, if anybody can do it, Pat can do it. I'm just, you know, it'll be a challenge because somebody's gonna bring it up. Somebody's gonna bring up the Dyers and the Biscardis and the Matt Johnsons and they're gonna come up. I think you got to talk about stuff like that to, you got to, separate the wheat from the chaff, right? Um, you got to dig through a bunch of bullshit to get to the answers you're looking for. I don't know. I don't know. She's probably asleep. Wonder Woman hero. You're not yawning. Lockbeard and I are already yawning. I found out I need a CPAP machine. Crap. Uh oh. She's a very nice woman. Yes. Christina says, a Teen Boy Pat show with the white flag. Wow. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. All faking night, man. Just versus Lockbeard, a Christmas message for all. Search happy holidays from chessboard to all. Happy holidays from chessboard to all. Let me see. See if I can find something there. It's a YouTube video you made. They say. I'm sure you guys heard that. but I don't got it on share screen yet. Hold on a second. Let me see here. Bring her up on a. There it is. That mom says, Papa, those feel like you're suffocating. Yeah. I get my mystery why so many hearings. Yep, it saddens me, Christina. Well, we'll see how long that goes on. Sooner or later somebody's gonna mess with him eventually, or there's gonna be something that he just can't let go. Maybe. If there's like a major hoax, a new one, everybody's gonna have to talk about it. So I don't know, and I think I'm not sure. Maybe some people have gotten kind of spooked by some stuff. I don't know for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Why some people started backing down or disengaging. Without Nosy Bigfoot left. Same here. It's sad. Well, I don't know why you're even here, Nosy Bigfoot. Tim Boy says, "What does it matter where the info came from? It is true. Is all what we care about." That fat shit's been after me as well. Damn. Prairie Fire says, "Yes, Nosy. It was a matter of time before DW started moving in." Yeah. So now she's the problem and D is victim. What the fuck? Yeah. They're trying to paint it as they're trying to paint that D somehow they're trying to muddy the water, just like they do the Bigfoot community, like D does for the cryptid community, muddying the water with a bunch of bullshit. They're trying to make it seem like, well, there's some shit you don't know, and yeah, there is some things you may not know, but again, we can't even prove some of those things for one thing, and different people have their different stories about what really happened. But at the end of the day, some charges did happen, and there is a trend of behavior from a certain individual, and it's just not someone we want around, and he's full of shit anyway. So, what's the Earl on? Oh, I don't know. How do I find that out? That mom says I was almost living in a van with my ex and kids. Then I got a job and took care of it. Yeah, they're trying to twist the whole goddamn thing around, and it's just weird. Some of the attacks on me, it's like, well, it's like what Bat Mom's talking about here. Homeless in a van with him and the kids. They were in a situation where they had to and stuff like that. And meanwhile, they're like trying to make fun of me, this group of guys, for living in a van. Um, I like it. If I was in fact like a home, someone that was stuck living in a van. See, because I chose to move, I chose to go minimalist. Okay, um, I'm on a permanent camping trip. Uh, um, so, but that's the important thing is what they're doing here. They're making fun of someone, for perceived homelessness. That's not a nice thing to do. You don't make fun of a person if they are homeless. Um, it's a hateful way to be. And but they've done that. They've been like like taking jabs at me for living in a van as if I'm whatever. Like he even took a jab at me for utilizing a PO box for some I don't understand how having a PO box is something to be made fun of, or something that's weird, or I don't know what he was trying to say. I think I can't remember what he typed, like something to the effect of a PO box, really, dude, or something like that. What the fuck does that mean, you dumbass? Fucking dark sewage, man. What the hell, dude? Yeah. Prairie Fire says, "You're right, Bat Mom. They are just using projection." Yeah. Well, I mean, all the shit that they were accusing me of. When D sent me an email saying I'm harassing him. No, your crew are coming over on my channel and in my chat, and commenting on my videos. If anybody's harassing anyone, you guys are harassing me. I am not over at your channels, fucking with you in your chats and in your comments. Yeah, there's some projection going on. D trying to say he feels threatened and all that shit. Dude, your guys are in my chat threatening me and other people. You guys, everything that they're doing wrong, they're putting on. It's like a person who steals, they will accuse you of stealing. A partner who cheats, it starts accusing you of cheating, because that's what they're doing. They're projecting. Totally projection. All this shit. Better lock her down for some crackheads show up. Tired of convict woman abusers. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. I have DW Earl. It's the same as Nosy Bigfoot. Oh, were you able to confirm that? What did he do? Change his name or something? He's here because he's really fart. uh, yeah, you would know Nosy. Tim Boy says, Purifier it like how to lie truthfully. They say it's 23. Where's the gold, Lockbeard? It looks like there's some gold being sprinkled on that chessboard right there. The nosy Bigfoot is a lonely Bigfoot. Yeah, I bet you have proof to judge what you got, baby. So the public do research in multiple states. Someone check Mosey, see how large its Sagittal crest is. Man. I don't know what Nosy's even saying. I'm just letting you guys deal with them. I'm skipping over him. But more, you're good, mama. Come on, peeps. It's Christmas, man. One time a year, man. Lockbeard isn't associated with me. Unlike you, we are all individuals with our own separate thoughts. Yeah, I don't know what the. Yeah. I mean, Batmom clearly has interest in this issue, sure, but using me or whatever, like I don't, dude. People have shown copies of these records of. We know what he is, and we also know he's a bullshit artist who is pushing this dogman bullshit, and he's trying to extract money out of the cryptid community um, for his bullshit quest, and so I have a number of reasons why I'm not liking him. And then, when I'm utilizing my free expression on my channel to discuss the matter, he wants to try and this send all his goons after me and trying to harass me and intimidate me. Got Vault up in here trying to act like he's the voice of reason, but then he'll threaten violence. Like, he's not blatant about it. It's a veiled threat, but he did it, and he can fuck all the way off. And D sending me an email, giving me a cease and desist letter that doesn't come from a law firm and doesn't come from a court. It's something he probably found online and modified to fit his scenario, and threatening a lawsuit. Okay, there's another threat against me. It's not a physical threat, it's a threat of a lawsuit, which again, I push back. If you want to pit lawyer against lawyer, we'll see where it goes, man. But I'll definitely be saying, look, we need to look into all these names we've been seeing online. Google has all this shit. If the court requires that the information be given up, it will, and we'll see who's behind all these accounts that's been harassing me and others. I do text people who have such a crest. Oh man, whatever, dude. They can't hold a conversation. That's how you know they're cheating. Getting my dogman army ready. Yeah. I don't know how. Hopefully, I'm not too far behind. All right, party people. I got to get sleep for work. Yeah. I'm probably going to have to myself. Is humor to soften all the crap going on in this world? Merry Christmas. Catch you later. Should I play the video chessboard? Be good and don't do drugs, y'all. Christina has a dog man. Apparently a dog man army. Oh, so it is Dark Waters. Figures. I guess I need to play his video. See what we got going on here. Jimbo's here. Welcome. Welcome to the chat, man. Well, if he don't chill, I kind of want to keep him around for comedy relief, but there might have to be a limit put to that. It's my Dogman Army. Yeah. Let's see. Doesn't that cost money? Free is better. Chessboard says up to you. Alrighty. I'll probably go ahead and play it. See what you got going on here. It's like 3 minutes or so. Where's that at? It's over there. Got way too many tabs open. Yep, a little comedy from Chessboard.
Hello, my name's Dan, this is Cora, and we're here to tell you how to play the game we designed,
what the hell is this?
Cora Quest. So, Cora Quest...
Guess I need to close that. I hate that. Sometimes, why does autoplay only work when you don't want it to? Alright. Okay, but wheat. Come on, you unbanned Big Homely. Who's Big Homely? recharge those batteries. Miss Lee says, "Oh my God, Papa Craig! I wish I would have been there, man. Happy Christmas, Papa Craig." Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yep. I swear, is that the wind? I guess. Weather's been strange. There's been some days it's been downright spring up in this bitch. It's December. It's supposed to be winter. Hello, Spooky Pizza. Welcome. Um, I never banned him. Never banned him. See, let him hang himself. Like if he's, anything really bad happens, said, screenshot a lot of shit. So if they ever try to claim or try to get my channel fucked with, I can say, look, these guys have been harassing me. I got tons and tons of chat screenshots to prove it, but they don't even need that. YouTube can go look at that and see that. So I'm letting them hang themselves. They're the ones coming into my chat. I'm not going into theirs. So because they've tried to say that they're going to try and get my channel taken down and shit. It ain't gonna happen. I ain't done anything wrong. But you guys have. Prairie Fire says, welcome, Spooky Pizza. It's all good night. Am I cold? No. Man, what's the temperature here right now? It's like 40, 42, 44 degrees. Shit. It's downright balmy in the van. If I was out, if I was out there in the wind, it'd probably be different, but like in the 40s, like I'm perfectly fine with no need for heat whatsoever. I don't even have to really have this jacket on, but yeah, it's nice. It's actually nice in here right now. Yeah, chessboard. It's cold there. Well, I bet it's cold there. You probably temperature's probably quite a bit lower where you're at. Christina says, prayer fire, y'all have some incredible elk. I'm going to paint one on canvas. Are you using inverters to power heat, Lockbeard? No. I'm not running any heat. I haven't even used the propane. I got like a propane heater back here, but I haven't used it yet this year. Hasn't gotten cold enough. Like, we barely got down to like, I think 27 degrees the other night. Oh, I don't need to fire up the protein for the propane for 27 degrees. It's just not that cold. I mean, I have 2 winter blankets I keep in here, and I've only used the one so far. Like, if it starts getting too cold, I'll use the other one, because I can't run propane in the night or anything anyway. That's a bad idea, But, so I'll just grab the second blanket. I haven't even pulled out the second blanket yet. So, it's like, this winter has been pansy ass. I'm just saying, Oklahoma, I know you can do better. Where's those single digits at? Come on, let's do this. But yeah, I don't use like the van has heat like any vehicle, of course. I can run that a little bit sometimes, but um, I've stopped using like an invert, like because like for charging my laptop and stuff, and my phones and other uh, minor stuff. I was using where you plug it into a cigarette lighter. That's just been squirrely, and it's like there been a couple of times where I forgot to unplug it and run the battery down, and just stuff like that. So I've gotten away from that entirely and gotten into these. Uh, well, I got what this is the big one I got. Well, I can't even um, show you very well, but you see, I can plug all kinds of shit into this. This sucker will like recharge this laptop from zero, like um, I think twice definitely. So whenever I got shore power, I just charge this up. And I got a smaller one of these, like a little Walmart $10 one. It'll get me through a night, you know, um, pretty normally. But this sucker's just this is like a what's this sucker? I don't know. It's just way bigger, and so when I got shore power, I charge this up, and it'll it'll run the laptop, and it'll recharge the laptop and the cell phones and everything. So, but no, I don't use it for heat. I don't use electric for heat. Mr. Lee says, Kirk sees tomorrow. Know that. Chessboard says, once again, Merry Christmas to all and their families. Thank you. Later. Thank you, Chessboard. Merry Christmas. Wish I could paint. Christina says, profile. I'll check them out, but the massive elk is on YouTube. He's making crazy sounds. Blankets, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't really got this one on me right now. It's not, it's not remotely, I'm not remotely cold right now. But I'm used to this. I mean, a lot of people might be cold. I don't know. I'm used to being a little more exposed to the elements a lot of the time. Sleeping bag too. I haven't had a sleep bag for years. Um, I don't know. I don't need one. It'd be hard because, like I said, I usually fall asleep right here where I'm sitting. So, I can grab the blanket and throw it over top of me. Getting in a sleeping bag would be a little more of an ordeal. And I think I would get too hot. Because you're more contained in the sleeping bag. But problem is, I generate all the fucking heat I need, right? And if I'm contained that well, I'm gonna get too hot. And I have. Like I got a little hot earlier because of what I ate today. Mr. Lee, I did not eat keto today. I fucked it all up, which means I'm generating a lot of heat. So that's part of what's going on. But the movie Antlers and listen to 20 minutes of work now. It's 12:30 a.m. and I'm freaking scared. Quick charge. What do you mean quick charge? And that deal, yeah, like this that small that $10 one I got at Walmart will only slow down the battery draining on this laptop. It can't charge the laptop battery faster than it drains. This sucker does pretty easily. This sucker does. Um, so it's like it was only $40. I mean, for what it does, I think a lot of people might want to think about having one in case, because I mean, shit, I can charge a bunch of devices off of this at once. Um, so It's worked out pretty nicely, and so I'm not plugging into the cigarette lighter anymore whenever I'm running low on juice on the laptop, and I'm not plugged into shore power. Two Benadryl mediated. Smoke one. Mr. Lee always thinks everything can be solved by smoking one, according to Mr. Lee. Hell no, anxiety through the roof. Xanax, tried medical grade. Mary Jane, F me up. Sandra Piper says, Christina, oh, I hate when that happens. I live by myself and don't watch scary movies like Demonic because I scare myself and can't sleep. Cool tool, says Jimbo. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes the right tool. I just needed to just do it. Because that $10 one or $9, whatever it was from Walmart, it helped. It slowed down the draining on on my laptop, but it just wasn't enough to really do the job. This sucker is bulkier and heavier. Because it needs to be, but um, it takes care of business. So I'm glad I did it. And I might go ahead and order a second one. That way, because normally I'm plugged into shore power on the weekend or during the week. I can I can charge shit at work too. Or if I'm at a hotel, that's times when I can charge shit up. So, um, it's just better this way because plugging into the cigarette lighter was just this whole, I don't know. I don't want to do it no more. The monster in this is so far as human. Prayer Fire says, "Damn, Senator, I didn't think anything scared you." Wisdom weed. Humans are the monsters. Yeah, sometimes they are. Hated the medical marijuana weed. Yeah. Yeah, definitely not for me. And I've never even tried that stuff. What time is it? 11:39. 11:39 my time. So what else? What else we got to talk about tonight? Mr. Lee seems to want to talk about gold for some reason. Keeps bringing that up. Just go painting, Mr. Lee. You don't do demonic. 12:39 in Florida. Yeah, your next time zone over from me. Oklahoma here. Northeast Oklahoma, near Tulsa. That's where I'm at right now. I'd like to try putting a trail cam down here, not too far from where I'm at. I think I got a location that might show some interesting stuff. I heard about them gold cubes. I mean, I saw. I just wasn't. I don't know. I didn't like it. The look of it. Like they didn't convince me to buy it. Um, but it might be a good device. I don't know. They just didn't convince me enough that I bought one. Um, I don't have them anymore, but like I had homemade sluice boxes. Um, A lot of my stuff's homemade, but gold pans, of course, are just cheap thing to buy. I got those, and I got a fluidized bed sluice box, which I won off of a radio show. Um, but I haven't really had an opportunity to put it to the test in the field because I haven't been to an area with gold in a while, quite a while. So I need to just buckle down and put together a trip because it's kind of a shame I got that thing and I ain't use it. Fluidized bed is an interesting idea. Um, Hopefully it works pretty well. Um, if it works like it's supposed to, uh, riffles are a thing of the past. Which if you can acceptably replace riffles, that's a fairly good thing because riffles there's issues there. It's not the best thing, but you want gold teeth? Why do you want gold teeth? You want to put together some grill? Get your grill going? Christina says, night, y'all. Have a Merry Christmas. Good night, Christina. Thanks for coming. Merry Christmas to you, all that stuff. Maybe we'll see you Saturday night. I don't know if I'll be on at 6. I'll definitely try at least by 8 to try and do a Christmas show. I hate to skip a Saturday anyway. The diamonds are where, Lockbeard? Where are the diamonds? Well, there's only one publicly open diamond mine in the world, and it's about 5 hours from me right now. Maybe, yeah, 4 to 6, somewhere in there. I'm in a little different location than where I left from last time. Anyway, it's it's near a place called Murfreesboro, Arkansas. Down there in some squatchy territory. Definitely squatchy territory down there. It's in kind of the close to the Kiamichi area and stuff like that, where some of our best Bigfoot areas are down there. Actually, last time I went to a diamond mine, I took some apples and put them in the trees in the woods, just in case, just in case. Because someone had reported they saw a footprint recently that time that I went down there. So that's what prompted me to go ahead and take a big old bag of apples down there and put a bunch of apples in the woods. And but anyway, yeah, it's a mine. I guess it's operated by the state or whatever. It's an old, like, I guess, eroded off volcano where it's flat ground now, or like it was a volcanic pipe, if that makes sense to you, geologically speaking. Anyway, so it looks like a field. It looks like plowed fields in that area there, because they run plows through there on a regular basis to turn up new dirt, which will expose new diamonds, because it's all weathered down rock, and then diamonds are heavier than most things, right? So they kind of stay put, whereas a lot of the dirt washes off and stuff. But anyway, it's Arkansas, dude. Murfreesboro, it's near Murfreesboro, Arkansas. There's the diamond mine down there. Of course, you're a long way away. You're probably not probably never going to visit it. But if you ever do, just be ready to work your ass off. Don't show up at like you need to make your own equipment and stuff, like, because if you're renting buckets and sarukas and shovels, and dude, you're gonna be out a bunch of money. Bring that shit with you. Watch a bunch of videos on YouTube and stuff, and learn about it and how to do it and how to build a saruka. Come up with your own design, like I did. You can't have anything motorized in the diamond mine, though, or anything battery operated to do. It has to be just hard work. You're gonna work your ass off, and then you're not gonna find a diamond. A few people do find diamonds, though. Good night, Christina. Night. Sandra says, people scare me. This is a fallen world. I keep my peace with me. Certain people would think I am an easy target, and they would be wrong. Amazon for diamonds? Well, I don't know, man. I mean, there might be some down there. Like I'm just, when you ask for where the diamonds are, there's only one diamond mine in the world that's publicly accessible, and it's in Arkansas. Pretty conveniently located for me. Could be a little closer, but it's pretty damn close, so I'm not going to complain too much. But I've never found a diamond the times I've been down there. So found little crystals, but they're not really worth anything. Sandra, do you know that you are the first person to say hello to me? I love you. She the first one to say hello to you? As Tony Beats would say, Daryl, and Daryl. Many years ago, diamonds are artificially precious. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, if they released all the diamonds supply, because they hoard some of them and keep the price up and stuff. I'm surprised they haven't tried to take over that diamond mine in Arkansas to keep people from mining in there, but I guess it's producing at such a low rate for people that it's not a threat or something to their diamond profits. You didn't know what, Mr. Lee? Yeah, volcanic areas. Because diamonds, like diamond is just carbon. It's just like graphite, or largely what coal is made of, right? It's just carbon, but it. I don't know how to describe this. Under the right heat and pressure conditions, it's almost like you have all your atoms and arranged in a certain order, and it's almost like a like a ratchet, or I don't know what, like how you like, what am I trying to describe here? But it's almost like they're at a easy spot here, but the pressure kind of cranks the atoms in such a way it's like like you're clamping down, like a clamp or a ratchet strap, how it comes down. No, not like a ratchet strap. Anyway, it pressure and heat changes this shit to something different. I don't know how to describe it to where it'll make sense, but it's like every freaking atom got clamped over, in some way. But so it turns something that's a gray and soft, you know, graphite, to diamond. This super hard surface, super hard substance. I'm sorry, um, clear or nearly clear. I mean, it's just amazing. It's the same atoms. It's just different conditions. Anyway, you need volcanic activity to kind of make that shit happen for the most part. Not always. Only so much in the market. Yeah, all the mercury in the water poison. Mercury. You mean you must be talking about gold, uh, where they're using mercury to recover gold. That's something they're supposed to not do in most places. It's a bad idea. Um, the cabal, those you are not allowed to criticize. Yeah. Yeah, we got a wannabe cabal here on YouTube, don't we? Gold, yes, yeah. Don't use mercury. Some people end up when they're like dredging and stuff. They end up finding some mercury, like because they're sucking everything out of the bottom of the stream, and there'll be a little bit of natural mercury hanging around. But also, if it's a gold-bearing stream, other uh, gold seekers have used mercury in the area before, and but you want to recover it because there might be some gold dissolved in the mercury. But you don't want to just go home and try to boil it off, because then you're going to be breathing it, and that'd be a bad deal. You have to do it right. Besides, if you do suck up mercury, you don't want to just dump it back in a creek. It's bad, So you want to at least take it out for the health of the stream. But they don't like you disturbing some streams in that way, because they don't want you disturbing, because they're saying, well, you're stirring up the mercury and it's settled in down there in the cracks and the crevices, and they figure it's better if it's left there. But, whatever. Prayer Fire says, world's largest undeveloped permitted diamond project off to the races. Sask mining firm chairman says. Where are you talking about? Is that a headline somewhere? Oh, look, we got another spammer. Goodbye. Okay. They use cyanide for something. What are they leaching out with cyanide? Can't remember. Which mineral? It might be gold, but yeah, it is gold. Yeah. do we really need to do that kind of shit? But they do it. Yep. Yeah, it's a headline. In molding. Let's see. Fair prices. Okay, thanks, Jimmo. I wasn't sure. You talking about like in construction material, like in your house? Is that what you're talking about there? But no, purifier. They do like they'll like spray a cyanide solution over the the rock or the gravel they got, and the water and the cyanide solution will picks up the gold, and then they recover it. When they recover the solution. But yeah, it is used in gold um, recovery. Tony Beach is a Viking, though. um, who's Tony Beach? I don't know who Tony Beach is, Mr. Lee. Is it someone I should know? Um, okay, you're talking about. Are you talking about the gold prospector from Canada? Small baking cauldron. It clumps it together. Yeah, in Gold Rush, Alaska. Yeah, I haven't watched any of those shows in such a long time. I haven't had TV in years, so I'm just not familiar with the names anymore. Um, I did a search here on it. It says Tony Beats bio, legendary Canadian gold prospector and owner of the Tamarack Gold Mines. Blah blah blah. Says bio, affair, married, wife, net worth. What is all this? Why does anyone even care about this? Scandals. And it sounds like reality TV show, all right. Oh boy. Well, Mr. Lee, I don't know. I never looked into like. Don't you guys have any gold bearing streams in the UK? Surely you got something. Um, I mean, you might not. I mean, Oklahoma, like we don't have any gold anywhere. They say there's a little bit of gold in the Kiamichi River down there in the southeast corner of the state. Um, I didn't find any, but there were people out there with dredges and stuff. I only have my pans. Um, and everybody says it's small what they do find. So it's like it's flour gold or tiny flakes. Uh, so like I imagine if someone were to dredge the shit out of the Arkansas River here as deep as they can, they could probably recover a little bit of gold in there. It's gonna be, but it's not gonna be economically worthwhile. So Oklahoma is just not a place that has um, gold that's worth trying to recover. So, if I ever go, I have to go, either like there's some places in Texas that are a little bit, but it's not the greatest place. Or I gotta go west, go to California, Arizona, Colorado, um, or go east to the Appalachians, uh, which I've been over there, Tennessee, North Carolina, stuff like that. So it sounds like you've been watching the show, so and you're getting the bug, you're getting the fever. The only thing I can tell you is get you some gold pans and just go do it. But of course, over where you're at, there's probably so few options. Even if there is a gold bearing stream, they probably got some ridiculous rule where you can't do shit. Like you could throw a pebble in the stream and they get pissed off at you for it. There's some places here like that, like this. Like you're not allowed to take a rock off the shore. You know, you can't throw rocks in, you can't take them out. Like they don't let you do shit. It's just ridiculous. We've got some ridiculous rules in this world. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Be insane. Guarantee it's insane. Like Bogart, Gold Fever. You ever watch Jeff Williams, Mr. Lee? So come on, let's go. He's kind of a goofball though. Not a serious, not very serious about it. He tries to make it funny, and he has his buddy Slim, which is just a skeleton. Yeah, that dude is crazy. So yeah, I don't know what exactly you want to like. What about gold? Do you want to talk, Mister Lee? Yeah, it sucks. Like you. I guarantee you don't have as many options to go gold panning as people over here do. Unless you're willing to leave the country, go somewhere else. But these days, that's kind of risky because they might not let you back in some places. Everybody's freaked out about a non-existent virus. I'm still waiting for somebody to prove that bitch exists, and no one can because it does not. And no, my doctor says so doesn't mean shit. You look, the doctors being scammed too. Some of them know. Some of them know damn good and well it's a bunch of bullshit. But a lot of them been scammed too. They were handed a test and told this tells you that they got COVID. No, it doesn't. It absolutely does not. They bullshitted everybody. Um, did you find it awkward? I just found flakes. I never found anything big. I've only found flakes. Very tiny amounts. Good night, everyone, and God bless Sandra Piper. You too, Sandra. We're probably gonna wrap her up here in just a couple minutes too. Prairie Fire says, "You're welcome here, Mr. Lee." Jimbo says, "Good night, Sandra. Good night, Sandra." All right, Mr. Lee. Prairie Fire, Jimbo, everybody else is still here. It's past my bedtime. So, I don't know if I'll do see tomorrow. What's today? Oh shit! It is tomorrow. It is officially Thursday, December 23rd, which is my birthday. Woohoo! I don't celebrate my birthday, so don't worry about it. But um, so tomorrow night I'll be at my hotel room, so I might get on here and do another random. And then the 24th I'll still be there, so I might get on and do another random. And then Christmas Day I'll be there, but I might be late getting back to the hotel room. So that would normally be Lockbeard Phenomena Day. So I don't know. I'm gonna try and get there by 6 my time, which is normal time, but I might not be able to do it. So just no promises, but anyway. Um, PCR gives a 90% false positive. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. It's all bullshit. Oh, look at Elon Musk, man. His results. Two positives and two negatives from four tests that were the same test of the same nurse. He was trying to tell us something, and like it's complete bullshit. It's so complete bullshit. Oh my gosh. Um, Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Lee, and all yours, says Prairie Fire. Lockbeard every day. Well, that's not really possible, Mr. Lee, but I got shit to do, you know. Um, Hopefully, we get on here some night soon and talk about trail cams because I'm looking to buy a trail cam and I want one that will handle the business. You know what I mean? It'll take care of some shit. It'll take good pictures, not be detectable by Sasquatch or animals or humans for that matter. I don't want anyone stealing it or trying to steal it. Yeah, it's not that's not all it's cracked up to be, Mr. Lee. Um, yeah, I know the same, Mr. You're right, Lockbeard. Yeah, people won't listen, and I don't know why. They're scared. They're scared. I don't know why they won't listen. Like, look into this shit yourself. Like, look at the media lying to you about shit. You know, and they've been caught lying. They're caught if people. I don't. They see they politicized it, so now you got people on this side thinking that they have to take a certain position on the matter because their party takes a position on that matter, and the other side thinks the same thing, which means now they have to fight over this issue that shouldn't have anything to do with the parties at all. They're being manipulated. Everybody is. And it's probably similar situation in a lot of countries where if they, I don't know, I don't pay much attention to the politics of other countries, but here the media manipulates people into joining one of two parties, and then they manipulate those two parties to fight each other all the time. Fight! You have to join this, and if you think you want to join another party other than these two that they got under control, they'll say, "Nah, well, they'll never win. You know, you can vote for them, but you're wasting your vote," and they'll manipulate people not to vote for third parties. They'll scare them into thinking their vote doesn't matter. Here's a news flash for you: your vote doesn't matter anyway. Uh, hey, this is better. This is the better half of Lockbeard. I enjoy listening and BSing with you. Chat chimes in. More people are in a good mood. Awesome. Thank you, Jimbo. thanks for coming, and I will see you next time, whenever that is.